Good morning, everybody. I would like to talk about something today that I'm pretty proud of. And as you may can see, we're looking at a chart. And this is my weight loss chart. In recent videos, some of them I have mentioned some of the things going on with I like to call it a health journey or a weight loss journey. And it goes back to on January 1st of 2024, I weighed 265 pounds. My A1C, I believe, was 8.7, well into type 2 diabetes range. And I had a talk with my doctor, and I knew this has to change. If I keep going down this path, I ain't going to be here much longer. I saw type 2 diabetes take my sister, and it was not an easy thing to watch, and I knew all along she needed to make lifestyle changes, and she kind of tried, but she never really committed to it. She sat in a chair watching TV most of the time. She had quit smoking for about 2 months prior to her death, but it was just too late. She had started drinking diet sodas instead of regular sodas. And all those things that our parents and the doctors told us through the years, they weren't kidding. It's true. I remember my mom telling my sister drank, anywhere from 6 to 8, maybe a dozen Coca-Colas a day. And I can hear my mom now saying, Terry, you're going to get type 2 diabetes. All that sugar is going to give you type 2 diabetes. And my sister would roll her eyes up in her head. Yeah, right. And sure enough, it came true, and it killed her. It's pretty serious business, and I knew that. So I decided I was going to change. And this is where I started. And between January 1st and January, I believe it was January 26th maybe, I lost 5 pounds. Slow going, but I was determined. I had a doctor's visit with Dr. Pierce here in Brenham. Talked to her and convinced her I'd been seeing the commercials and advertisement and all of the reviews about all of these drugs that help people with type 2 diabetes and with weight loss as a side benefit. And I was prescribed Mounjaro. And that's a weekly injection every Friday in the fat of my tummy. I take a Mounjaro injection. I started on a 25 milligram dosage and later went to 50, and I'm currently on 75. And I believe the reason they start low, it can have side effects, so you take the low dosage, the 25. If you do okay, you don't have any stomach issues, gastrointestinal problems, stomach aches basically, or things like that. And I don't know, maybe some other side effects. But if you're feeling fine after you take it through a regimen or two, each prescription is 4 injections, so a prescription lasts you a month. The Eli Lilly company had, for this year at least, I filled out a little short form and got a discount of $25 per prescription. Not a discount of, but it cost me $25 per prescription. And I think it's like $1,100 for the rate if you just paid full price for the prescription. So that's a pretty good deal, and it has helped me tremendously. As you can see, once I started on the Mounjaro, my weight loss, it was rapid for a while, and I think that's normal, but there's going to come a time you get a little plateau. So it was not just taking medication, a drug. I quit eating sugar. No pie, no cake, no cookies, no Bluebell ice cream. That was probably the most painful for me. I do love my Bluebell ice cream, and I live in Brenham, Texas, of all things, but it's something I just had to do. I was telling my buddy Kerry the other day that in recent conversations with people, I have made that statement that I have eaten no processed sugar in 2024, and I remember that's not true. I had one weak moment. I love these little, they're cinnamon coffee cakes. And one night, before I went to bed, I just couldn't help myself. I had a cinnamon coffee cake. I think that was probably about May or June or somewhere back in there, and I felt so guilty that I just decided, I'm not going to do that again. No more twisting off. I do reward myself some days where I do eat a chicken fried steak or a cheeseburger or enchiladas or something once in a great while. But for the most part, that's the other key to it, low carbs. I avoid carbohydrates. When I eat a cheeseburger, it's a double meat cheeseburger with no bread. I take the bun off. And it's a good meal and it fills me up. And that's what helps. No rice, no pancakes, no bread, no pasta, no potatoes. I have mashed or cauliflower, potatoes, and turnip mashed potatoes. Both good. Mashed turnips in place of potatoes. But you can see the result. And the reason I'm making this video today is one of my key goals was to get to 200 pounds. And this morning, I stepped on the scale and I weigh exactly 200 pounds. So, lost 65 pounds this year. My ultimate goal, you can see my chart here continues on. When I graduated high school in 1978, I weighed 185 pounds. And I want to get back there again. And that's my ultimate goal. So I'm not stopping. This is a major milestone for me. I've got this spreadsheet up here, and I was hoping I could switch to the data sheet. Though I can. There we go. Look, talk a little bit about this. So you can see there 265 to start. Another thing I'm tracking in my chart is how many pounds I've lost at that point, and my waist size. I haven't taken that in a long time. I need to do that because the last time I did it was 50, and I can tell you I've gone from wearing a size 42 pant down to 40, down to 38, down to 36, and I had to go buy a couple of pair of 34-inch waist pants last week because it's just, I can still wear a 40-inch waist with a belt, but my pants are all folded up around. It's not good. Anyway, it feels good to buy size 42 waist pants again for the first time in, gosh, I don't know, 25 or 30 years, long time. I tracked my blood pressure. I was at the beginning, you see my blood pressure was good, but I was on a high dosage of blood pressure medication. And I haven't noted it on this chart, but over the past few months, my blood pressure would get too low. And they cut back on my blood pressure medication dosage. And it got to the point that the lowest dosage that they have was driving my blood pressure down, like, I don't know, here's probably a good example of it. And you get the second number is down into the low 50s, and sometimes it would be lower than that. That's getting into trouble territory. You don't want it to get lower than that for sure. So see down here I had a 97/44. And so my blood pressure medication would get the dosage cut in half. And I'm down to now 1/2 of the lowest dosage they have. In other words, I have to break the pill in half. And that's keeping my blood pressure right about where the doctor wants it, where it feels pretty good. And my A1C It was 8.9 in January and 5.7 in April. See, this is chopped off a little bit. I don't know how to move that. That's okay. Try. Anyway, I believe it's next week. I have an appointment. I'll get my A1C checked again, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be low. A1C is your blood sugar over time, right? But you can check your blood sugar daily, and I have a little kit. Maybe I'll show you one day doing my blood sugar, but I can test my own blood sugar, blood glucose, with a test strip, like many people do. And you can see here how much mine has dropped. I'm steadily down around 100 or under in that range these days, which is a whole lot better than being over 200. Trust me, it's a good thing. And with that same machine, I can test my ketones. Now I'll show you. Here's my little test kit basket right here. It's called a Keto Mojo kit, and inside of that is a tester. This little jobber right here. Yep. And I open a package and put a little test strip in there, and I use this little pin thingy and job a hole in my finger and get some blood, and I put a little blood on the test strip, and that thing will read out, depending on what kind of strip I put in it, it tells me what my ketone level is or my blood glucose level is. So it's a pretty cool thing, and a lot more accurate than some of the other stuff. And been walking. If you watch my videos at all, you may have seen a video I made recently where I walked 1 mile for the first time in 18 years. Walked a mile without stopping with my daughter Lauren alongside me. And anyway, probably a pretty boring video, but I have made the statement that I'm making videos in part for posterity, to record some things for my generations to come, or to share with my family now, whatever, and because I'm retired and I'm bored, and making videos has sort of become my hobby, and this is what's on my mind, what you're looking at here. And I would like to encourage anyone who's struggling with the same issues that I had, or still have. I would say I'm still a work in progress. You got to take it step by step. If you're having trouble being mobile, the less weight you carry, the easier it's going to be. And then the easier it is, the more you do it, and the more you'll be able to do it. And you just keeps that rolling, and you keep making that progress. If you don't, you wind up like my sister. She just wouldn't walk because it was uncomfortable. And I would try to get her to walk. Just walk to the end of the block and back. You can do it. Yes, I can do it, but it hurts. Well, I know. Well, I'll tell you, it hurt me when I started walking. I walked till my legs were cramped up. They were like 2x4s is the way I put it. That my muscles were so cramped. It was like walking on stilts to make it back to my chair here. And I would rest a little while and walk again. And easy on the carbs. And there is no reason to eat any processed sugar. It's bad news. I know it tastes good. I love it too. That stuff will kill you. It's poison. That's how I feel about it. If you smoke or use tobacco of any kind, you need to stop that. That's how I got the problem with my arteries in my legs, or it's certainly a big contributing factor, was smoking. And I knew my dad had arterial disease, and I did the smoking thing anyway. And I didn't even start till I was in my mid-20s. All my friends smoked, and it just seemed like the cool thing to do, so I fell right in. I don't blame anybody but me. It was a stupid thing, and it was my choice. Wish I'd never made it, but you know, you can't undo what you've done in the past. You can only go forward and make it better. And I encourage you, if you're struggling at all with these sort of health issues, know that with some determination and some support from other people, and they will give it to you, it can get better. It can get better. And I think I'm proof of that. And I guess this video is getting a little long. I'm going to end it here and just say thank you very much for watching. And if you enjoyed what I told you here, give me one of them thumbs up, right? A thumbs up, and subscribe and share if you want to, if you think this might help somebody else. And I think I will. I'll keep you posted on, see if I can get down to 185. Hope to do that by the end of the year. But we'll see. May your troubles be few and your blessings be many. Goodbye.